Hi everyone, welcome to BlackAmericana. I'm Ashley, and in today's episode, we are celebrating Loretta Devine. With a career that spans over 50 years, we won't get to all of her work, but we will look at her life and key moments from her career. So if you're ready, keep watching. Loretta Devine was born on August 21st, 1949 in Houston, Texas, to Eunice O'Neill, a beautician, and James Devine, a laborer. As one of 6 children, her mother raised her as a single parent in the Acres Homes neighborhood, a historically black community in Northwest Houston. She grew up singing in her church choir and acting in school plays. After graduating from George Washington Carver High School, she enrolled in the University of Houston. While there, she was initiated into the Epsilon Lambda chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha. She graduated with her Bachelor of Arts in Language and Performing Arts in 1971. She was hired as the stage director at the Black Arts Center in Houston, where she taught theater, Swahili, and English. During this time, she was offered a role in a New York production of For Colored Girls Who Have Considered When the Rainbow Is Enough, but she declined to pursue her Master of Fine Arts from Brandeis University, located in Metro Boston. After receiving her MFA in 1976, her initial plan was to return to Houston and open her own theater company. Instead, she found her way to New York and made her Broadway debut in the legendary musical Hair the following year. Around this same time, she participated in a workshop for a potential Broadway play meant to be a vehicle for Nell Carter. Work continued on the play after Carter departed the project, and Loretta, alongside Shirley Raff and Jennifer Holliday, starred in what we now know as Dreamgirls, premiering in 1981. Loretta spent a total of 4 years developing the character of Laurel Robinson, loosely based on Mary Wilson from The Supremes. The play was a sensation, attracting a bevy of celebrities to watch a glitzy tale of music, friendship, and betrayal. But even with this legendary run, they received their share of backlash. Tom Ian, one of the creators of Dreamgirls, was intentional that each member of the fictional girl group should be of a deeper hue. Loretta said some detractors referred to them as Dreamgirls from the Planet of the Apes. Loretta suffered another blow when she was the only person from the main cast not to receive a nomination. As she continued to find work in theater, she was ready to expand to a new medium. She auditioned for a role in the Cosby Show spinoff, A Different World. She was acting in another play overseas when she found out she got the role, saying, "I was in London and doing the Colored Museum. It was my first time leaving the country, and I brought my mom because she had never traveled. It was her first time on a plane and everything. I got the call back for A Different World, so I had to leave my mom in London. The cast took care of her. I got the show and had to figure out being in LA because I was in New York at the time." End quote. She portrayed Stevie Rowland, a graduate student who was the dorm director of Gilbert Hall. Her character was also a single mother who was raising her son on campus. As legendary as A Different World is, Loretta is often omitted when discussing the series. Her character only lasted 1 season for 10 episodes. The reason why her character disappeared remains a mystery, but the show's leading lady, Jasmine Guy, implied Loretta might have been let go in the season 1 upheaval.
No, but
we did 6 episodes,
right,
and people were getting fired. If you remember who our first dorm mother was, it was Loretta Devine. She had a little boy. Where did she go? Before that, I mean, it wasn't just us that everybody was walking on eggshells.
Well, they were still trying to find their identity as a show. Then, as you were saying, like the identity on campus and everything, they were still trying to find their identity. So they were working it out.
And Debbie Allen came in,
the visionary,
and found our identity.
Yes.
And she went to Howard.
Yes.
Loretta says one thing that has helped her manage the unpredictability of the entertainment industry is to fall in love with the audition process. But the role that would finally make her a household name was offered to her with no audition necessary. She was handpicked to portray Gloria Matthews in 1995's Waiting to Exhale, where she portrayed a lovesick beautician who relies on her friend group to navigate life. Her talent stood out amongst heavy hitters like Whitney Houston in her first movie role after her blockbuster The Bodyguard, and Angela Bassett after receiving a Golden Globe Award and Oscar nomination for her portrayal of Tina Turner. Her love interest was Gregory Hines, who had been a dear friend since her Broadway days. Loretta gained 30 to 40 pounds to capture the character of Gloria. Her portrayal would lead to a win at the NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. Although she was the only plus-size member of the friend group, she told Ebony that she felt being plus-size was to her advantage for being cast for various roles. Gregory Hines didn't quite see it this way. He encouraged her to lose weight so she could move further up the Hollywood ladder. But she felt his advice came from a place of love, as he was like a brother to her.
Gregory was so wonderful in so many ways. When I did Waiting to Exhale, he was my leading man, and he was the only one that was smart enough to my first day of shooting. He had roses everywhere for me. And I always brag on him because nobody else did that. And I remember him telling me that, now as soon as this movie is over, you have to lose all the weight so you can move into the next category. I don't know what category that was because I never did lose the weight like he like he talked about. But he was a true, I guess you could say, brother. I had worked on Broadway with him, like my second Broadway show, Coming Uptown, and he was my leading man in that. And we'd always stayed friends and could make each other laugh easy. And I was just so glad that I had never did anything with him, because I learned early that men don't like to work where they sleep. So, hallelujah. So it was always a wonderful brother-sister kind of thing.
She continued to take career risks, like providing voiceover work for the animated sitcom The PJs. She voiced the role of Marigold and worked alongside Eddie Murphy, Phil Morris, Janae Du Bois, and Jennifer Lewis. She was cast as Marla Hendricks on the television drama Boston Public, portraying a history teacher. She won 3 NAACP Image Awards for her role. She balanced filming the show to take on the role of Shaniqua Johnson in the 2004 film Crash, which won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. A couple of years later, she was one of only 2 members of the original Dreamgirls Broadway cast to have appeared in the 2006 film version. She scored a role in one of the definitive television series of the 21st century, Grey's Anatomy, when she portrayed Adele Weber. She won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actress for her role in 2011. And to her shock, she was fired shortly afterwards. Debbie Allen delivered the news to her, which she says was reminiscent of their experience on Dreamgirls. Along with the client list, just a handful of her roles in the 2010s and 2020s include the film version of For Colored Girls, Medea's Big Happy Family, Jumping the Broom, The Carmichael Show, Family Reunion, and P-Valley. Loretta is very private, but she did share in the February 2008 issue of Ebony that she was engaged. She married Glenn Marshall, although some outlets erroneously report they have been married since 1967. She broke out her signature sense of humor and clarified in a tweet in 2018, quote, "The internet says I was married to somebody named Lamar Tyler. Who is that? Says I had a kid? I don't know nothing about birthing no baby. Answers Africa, you too wrong. Why? They making stuff up? Fake news, y'all." End quote. Although she does not have biological offspring, she does consider her husband's children and grandchildren to be her own. In a July 2022 interview with The Cut, she was asked what advice she would give her younger self about her career. She responded, "People always wonder, how did you do it so long? I think I used to tell God I wanted to be a working actress. And I could have asked to be a superstar or whatever, but I like the way my life is played out. I've gotten a chance to do a lot of the things I want to do and to still be in it. I would tell my younger self to relax, to enjoy the experience, to find a way to tell others not to be afraid. What is yours is yours. It sounds like saying everything is going to be all right, and nobody believes that. Also, get involved in other people's journeys. Even when you are not winning and others are winning, you can root for them as positively as you can, which sometimes becomes hard because everything that's winning in our culture is competitive. And try to help someone. If not everybody, just do something a little bit for somebody every day. That's about as much as you can do, and enjoy life. End quote. Thank you for spending time with us. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, check out our website at www.BlackAmericanamedia.com to keep up with what's going on with the culture and sign up for our newsletter. See you soon.